Alright, dickheads, welcome back to Practicing Fundamentals, i.e., the artwod roadmap, grind nodes. This one is draw 20 planes, draw 20 cylinders in 1 point perspective. Obviously, I'm making it more complicated. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Viggy. I'm aspiring to become one of the greatest artists of all time, whatever I define as a great artist, of course. But think Kim Jong-il, but my version. That's currently what I hold as the pinnacle of great line art, right? And I practice only the fundamentals, everything and anything relating to only the fundamentals of form, perspective, right now, of course, as a beginner. Draw along if you're a beginner, or anyone, actually, why the fuck am I saying draw along if you're a beginner? Just draw along. Draw along, keep me on the background, give me retention and your attention, right? And like, subscribe, or fuck off, and I care about all three. So yeah, this intro is getting more and more fucked as time goes on. But anyways, let's actually get to drawing, right? See the grid line. But I guess just try to think of a quote-unquote interesting contour that I can make, because I've done something like this, right? Oh yeah, artwod is link in description. I'm not affiliated with them, but I will beg one day when I hit 1,000 subscribers and fucking hope they finally bring me in. They probably won't, because my personality is very dislikable, at least from a business standpoint. And actually, they might just fucking content claim ID bomb this channel as well. So that's something to look out for, because is this considered infringing on their copyright? I'm literally just displaying my practice, which happens to be their teachings, but I'm not displaying their teachings, nor am I displaying their program or any of their actual content. If anything, Mr. Antonio Artwod, you should feel very lucky that you have such a passionate student who's going out of his way to showcase how effective your methods are. So yeah, keep that in mind before you make any rash decisions. As a wise chemistry teacher once said, tread lightly. What did you just say to me? Anyways, okay, what the fuck? Let's try to think of a quote-unquote different type of contour. Okay, so I can do, yes, definitely draw along, because you know I'm gonna be spending fucking bare time just thinking about how I'm gonna do this. Oh, I know. My fingers are very, definitely very unstable right now. Right? Which is fine. That's what happens when you're shit. But we are currently in the process of becoming less shit. Right? Now this is very difficult because I'm trying to draw a perfect ellipse, of course. But I also have to keep in mind that I'm making these little changes. These cutouts actually will and should affect your ability to draw that ellipse, right? Like whenever anything is interfering with the simple shapes, it becomes very difficult. This is not so bad, but now that this is diagonal, it's like, oh shit, okay, we have trouble in the mists. The midst. Fucking hate that word, bro. I have a lisp. Okay, see, so now I have to do something, or not have to, but I'm choosing to do something like this. Of course, I have to make sure it, this was actually a mistake on my end. But, and basically what is it? I'm cutting it out, right? This was not supposed to happen. I probably should have ended it a bit earlier. It's a natural that it happens like that. And again, I'm visualizing the grid lines. If you're wondering what I'm seeing this, right? The front plane, the perfect square. And then I'm literally building the skill of seeing all these different lines, right? It's like, and while I'm drawing, I'm also focused, or I'm doing my best to also literally see the lines at all times. Like every single line possible that could exist currently in this grid, I'm doing my best to envision it at the same time. i.e., nice little brain workout, right? Because that's all art is at the end of the day. You know, all art is building the incredibly cognitively demanding skill of visualization, right? And understanding form. Everything kind of builds off that. Yeah, everything kind of builds off that. Okay? Because if you can't put something in a three-dimensional space, then just kill yourself. Right? Around the age of like 95 to 100, after, of course, you've accomplished all your dreams and goals regarding art. But yeah, if you can't, kill yourself. In Minecraft, specifically. But, let's see. Yeah, obviously there's more to art than what I just said, in terms of, like, oh, that's all art is, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that in the beginning, it seems to be, to me, as a beginner, right, that it's really all just about understanding 3D space and getting into the habit of visualizing that 3D space, right? Because, hold up, I need to shut the fuck up 1 second. Something like that. Yeah, see how poor my lines are? That's also something I'm doing my best to focus on. This became a bit fucked at this point, but as long as it makes sense. It doesn't. It genuinely doesn't. And I don't know what this is, but we can just have it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this because that doesn't make much sense. But the point is, art is the skill of building the ability to visually communicate, right? But what you're really building is the ability to transfer the skill of, okay, how should I word this? From my current understanding of 2 years and 7 months in, right? These understandings can evolve, they can change. They can honestly even regress, and I might just become the shittiest version of myself. But from my current understanding, art is the skill where you slowly, progressively, within each fundamental, right, form, perspective being the baseline, right, good line quality, but you build the ability to visualize what you are trying to communicate with line, right? I guess that's how I see it. Right now, you build the ability to visualize what you're trying to communicate with line, and or shadows, and or paint and all that shit. Oh, that was a complete fuck up. But right now, I think, or I guess not. I think I strongly believe that literally is what art is. Right? It's a cognitively demanding skill. Like, even as I make these lines, I'm thinking about everything that goes into my butt and my taint, as well as making this aligned with these grid lines I'm seeing, right? Because this is going to be a wider degree. Actually, is this still even 1 point perspective? Yes, it is. It should be, right? Right? Yeah, it should be. When you're too advanced to the point where you're not advanced, I guess. Something like that. I don't know if this applies, TBH. But hey, I think I'm getting better because this is the line that I was seeing. If we keep going, you see? Oh, wow, that's actually pretty fucking good. I am a god. But yeah, definitely do draw along, right? And I'll keep repeating the same shit, to be honest, which is visualization. Visualization. That is the main thing, right? We're building the ability to see with our mind and then just transfer it onto paper, right? It's about recreating the world. But I love, and this is why I love how difficult this is, because it's insanely difficult to visualize these lines. But because the more I've been doing it, the better I've been getting, I can actually in general start to make pretty decent. Look at that. That's pretty fucking good, right? But I put a lot of effort into that. I put a lot of effort into practicing this just for an hour last time and before. Like all these 1 point perspective practices have been incredible in, but the thing is, this is still slightly off, right? The minor axis is like this. So I'm still figuring things out, of course, as I go. And that's the beauty of art, is the fact that there's always a million things to work on. I always think if I didn't have all these things to work on, would I really, like, is there really any point, right? What is the point of drawing if it isn't difficult? What is the point of anything if it isn't difficult? Right, today I went on a run today. I did not want to fucking go on this run. It's killing me inside. But I did it because I'm better than you. I didn't want to go on this run at all, but I did it, and I enjoyed it. And I felt more liberated, primarily due to the fact that it was difficult. Right, this is the shit you hear all the time, of course. But it does hold true. Satisfaction in anything, I think, can only be achieved through enjoying the difficulty that it constitutes. Hashtag none of that made sense. Hashtag deep thoughts. That's a mistake. This definitely should have had a wider degree, right? There you go. It's going. Whoop! Look at that. That's pretty good too. But yeah, seeing the grid lines, huge, extremely important. And to be honest, even if it wasn't important, it's just a really fun skill to build, right? It's just a really fun skill to build. In all honesty. Okay, I need to think about this. Ah, yes, okay. So yeah. Because at the end of the day, you're just making your spatial reasoning better. Spatial reasoning is it's a pivotal skill to just having good logic, right? Good executive functioning. I don't know if good logic really made any sense, but it's definitely pivotal to having good executive functioning, right? And being able to visualize anything that involves your motor controls. I'm pretty sure I think I can confidently state that it should have transferable skills to other parts of life, right? Or maybe I'm just bullshitting. I don't know, bro. I'm only 2 years in, 8 months in actually. I keep saying 7 months, but it's mid-July. I started November 1st, 2023. It's mid-July 2025, so that's 8 months, I believe. But yeah, 2 years and 8 months. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do the same. Was that a bar? Maybe that was a bar. Anyways. Okay, wonderful. Let's get to it. Yeah, I wonder how long this will take me, because I'm taking my time, right? Will this be another 3-hour, one plane or first point perspective exercise, or will I finish this in 2? We'll have to see. Okay, these are actually all pretty decent. Maybe I should do something smaller. That one actually really fucked things up. But let's see, 1, 2, 3. We have 4 here, so we need another one there and facing us, and we have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3 here, and then we need. Okay, we can utilize a plane like this type with the bottom plane. Okay, so something like. So this is parallel. That's converging. So we just need something that's... See, this is the difficult part. Now, this is what I'm going to consistently focus on visualizing in my mind. Oh, you saw how... Look at that. Look at that line. Oof. Painful. In a good way. That's great, because now, like, again, this sort of motion in general, like continuous motion like that, clearly does have an effect on my line quality, right? Which is great. And again, I need to also focus on seeing the box that this is inside of, because that's also a great way to practice my lines, right? And then I need to be able to see the planes, each plane change that this is a part of as well. Lots of little things I can focus on seeing, quote unquote. Right? So now we have to think, what is happening here? What type of box is being something like this? Is it just straight? This was also a mistake. I didn't mean to close this off, really. But my way would have been like that. And this is also way too curved, actually. It should have been more subtle. But that's okay. That's how you learn, right? I'm just trying to figure out, because this obviously needs to have some sort of connection, but there isn't a second vanishing point that this should be going towards. We're looking at it from the front. This is a great brain workout, too. We're looking at it from the front. And this is an ellipse. That's a bit wider in degree. But since this is cut off, is it just gonna be like this? No, that looks incorrect. Let's try to think about this. If it's going like that. Oh no, it should have been like this, maybe. But that wouldn't have made sense either. Okay, I'm gonna leave that as that, because that's clearly a mistake that I'm attempting to conceptualize. Right? And then we're gonna do we need another forward facing one? Well, I think we're even here. So let's do something like, let's do another top plane here. Because clearly I struggle with this angle as well, right? So we need that line, try to see all the convergences. This is a bit better. This one's definitely a bit better. And I can even do something like, see, again, I'm really trying to see the lines, right? It's spatial. There's spatial reasoning in every skill involved. That's another thing to keep in mind, right? Spatial reasoning in every single skill involved. Right? And again, I'll keep saying skill and not talent or gift or whatever the fucking retarded ways other people want to call it. But yeah, spatial reasoning in every skill involved. And primarily, okay, for example, I guess I can only base it off of my experiences, and maybe some conjecture, but for example, in piano, there's the spatial reasoning is literally hand-eye coordination with all the different keys, being able to be aware of the placement of all the different keys, the different zones, right? That what is it, like if you're at C1, C2, C3, whatever, right? Middle C, all that stuff. And on top of that, there's still the fact that you have to be able to play it with two different hands at once. That's a lot of spatial reasoning skills involved, right? Here, my spatial reasoning skill is different. I'm visualizing a grid in my mind in 1 point perspective, this plane, and I'm trying to fit an ellipse inside of it, while still, as to the best of my ability, think about all these different grid lines, right? Going in, and while also, because I'm trying to make it a bit more difficult for myself, creating subtractions, mainly subtractions. I'm not really doing additions right now, but creating mainly subtractions from these shapes as well, while still retaining my understanding of the grid that I'm making. That's the most difficult part, actually. This right here, when I have to subtract, I'm bringing the plane down, and then I have to think, okay, how does that look? It's getting a bit better, because the more I talk about it, the more I reinstate to my own mind that this is something that I'm doing and focusing on, but it's all with practice and intent, right? So that was a shoddy line. I tried fixing it there a little, right? And again, bring the plane down, and it's probably something like this, right? Because it is gonna have a wider degree by the end of it, but I still have to take into account the shape of this ellipse as well, right? But again, that's the thing. It's so difficult and it's beautiful because what the fuck? Because if it wasn't difficult, voice crack, then it would not be worth it, right? Yeah, mindset is the main thing to enjoying learning, right? Everything in life is a skill. We just have to figure out which ones we're passionate, driven, and care about, right? Even in like a mildly curious, what the fuck? I can't speak. Curious way, Jesus. And then just to pursue it to the best of our ability. And that's the main thing I really try to promote as well, amongst myself and by proxy you, is to the best of our ability. Because all of our abilities will be different. That's the beautiful part. Anybody can become a stellar draftsman. Anyone. I firmly believe anyone can become a stellar draftsman. But we'll all have our own unique way of drafting, if that makes sense, right? Like, yeah, like the fundamentals will always be the fundamentals, but I'm saying that once we are essentially all our own draftsmen, we'll be able to create interesting things that only we can create, right? That's the point I'm trying to make, right? The forms that we bring to the table, the interpretations that we'll have, will and should be different than everybody else's interpretation, right? Okay, that was interesting. Let me rest my brain. And I encourage you to do as well. I guess I have to always fucking do a call to action every time now. I don't know. Yeah, this is really fun though. Okay, good. I'm getting better at tracking my time. I can tell that's only been around 25 minutes now, which is Gucci. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're even. So where can I start adding things? That was really small. I feel as if the layout and the diversity in the way I've composed these shapes has subconsciously turned out better than this one. But that might also be just because I haven't spaced it as well. But again, we're all trying to remain elliptical, right? This right here is a perfect circle. So how can we What shape can I use here? Well, I'm trying to think. Clearly this spot is a little gap. I'm just trying to think which should be used. Maybe I'll just do this again, the bottom plane, because I've done another one. Yeah, let's add more of these, right? So here we have the grid line, again, going like so. This is parallel, but this is slightly more skewed. But it has to have, but the minor axis can only go straight up, perpendicular to this, the horizon line. So the issue isn't, because I can draw the fucking near perfect ellipse with a good horizon line, but the thing is, I don't want guesswork. In my mind, I need structure, rigidity, and absolute confirmation. Absolute confirmation. Apparently that's how I sound, right? So what I need is to be able to make this make sense. Right now, I keep deviating towards a tilted minor axis, right? So it's about trying to abstain from that and to see it in a clearer manner. Because, yeah, we can create it, but there you go. See? That makes a lot more sense. This is a bit wider, this is a bit narrower, because, again, we have this goes straight, and then this one's more skewed. And it's just kind of curving along that corner there, that skewed corner. So, of course, it'd be a bit narrower. Still not perfect, right? Still not exactly perpendicular, but now I have to work around this other mistake, which is the fact that it's too close to this. So we need to bring it up, do some other shit. Okay. And then I can, again, it has to be more logical in that sense, right? We'll bring this up again. We'll try to recreate this, but hopefully better, right? Hopefully better. I'm trying to think. Okay, now this should definitely I need it to be a bit higher up. Okay, there. Now this should definitely show the skewed perspective, right? So if I bring this up, it's like this, then it should be something like right? And then I bring it down here. Again, bring this here. It should be that. Jesus, okay, that's getting a bit fucked. But I think at least I'm doing my best to showcase the drastic nature of the convergence, right? Yeah, doing my best, that's for sure. Doing a great job? Questionable. Doing my best? Absolutely. And that's all that matters. Just keep coping, telling yourself that. Now, the other question is, does this make sense? It feels like I'm still making the same mistake here. Because right? Something like this. And that is how I can perhaps reinforce the perspective. Actually, that's not bad. Oh, I hear my father speaking. Everything daijobu, hopefully. Does that make sense? No, I should have. Okay, I kind of fucked this one up. Maybe I shouldn't have connected that. Whatever. That one has issues, of course. But some things should not have connected. Especially this line over here, I believe. There's something wrong here. I'm trying to figure it out. But the thing is, it still gets it down a little bit. Right? The shape may look awkward. The shape definitely looks awkward and disjointed, but the perspective, I believe, does lend way to a bit more accuracy. Right? So that's good, because this is what we practice. This is how we try to break out of the normality of the shapes, is by, manipulating it. Again, everything I do is an artwod, so please go to them and tell them, hey, this YouTuber known as Viggy, he's doing some good shit. He's making your guys' methods seem very tangible, realistic, right? He's cataloged over 160 hours of just work. You should give him money. And of course, make it sound a bit more exciting than how I just did right now, but hashtag I am broke, hashtag you are woke because you watch my content. That's how you make your audience. That's how you capture your audience, right? You make them feel smart. Only a true Viggy famer has the intellect of 500. 500 and doesn't have voice cracks, right? This is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty Gucci. Now we just need to. Oh, we already have that, so we'll do this here. Cool. Let's make it a bit closer. Right. That's a bit better. And let's do something like, let me just check. I need to double check if I'm doing this right. Okay, I am doing this right. Wonderful. Oh, man, I love these grind notes. They're so good. Such good practice. Really, really reinforcing perspective, right? And my understanding of perspective in particular. Okay, we have to project this plane back. It's a slightly more skewed. So like that. Again, slightly more skewed. Like so. Jesus Christ, man, they're really slamming that fucking basement door or that garage door. This is how you know I literally just live with my parents. Which is not a bad thing. In this economy, that's the only thing that can be done. There you go. Just want to state that I am in full support of leeching off your family members. Full support. Okay, so that's like that, and then we have a little bit more. There you go. See, that line was a bit off. Okay, that's also a bit off in general, but hey, we're getting there, which is good. I'm gonna try one more, and then I'm gonna rest my brain, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. We're keeping even. We're keeping it even. And what else can I do? Okay. Well, that's the difficult ones, which I enjoy, right? How many of these do we have? The side ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 1, 2, 3 of these. The fuck, I'm getting lost. 2, 3 of these. 1, 2 of these. 1, 2 of these. Okay, so we just need to make more of these. Right? Clearly I struggle with this. So, I mean, at least in terms of like, this looks so fucking stupid. That's great. So, let's try. Again, my visualization is definitely getting better, because look at that. That was basically perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go a bit back though. Again, it's about seeing the box. But that's tilted again, so we need to untilt it. I think that's better. This is still tilted a bit. And I don't think I... Okay, it's okay. This is still tilted though, you see? So clearly I need to work on that. Again, I could very well just be like, okay, draw the ellipse roughly in the space that it should be, but that's not what I want to do, right? Within the box. I literally want to get it in my mind as the box that is perfectly aligned with this grid, you know? And then the ellipse that's perfectly aligned with that. Strive for perfection. Not because you need to be perfect, because, well, actually, no, you do need to be quote-unquote perfect. It's just so, it's just about building spatial reasoning. I don't know how many fucking different ways I can say that. I'm just trying to be autistically good at spatial reasoning as my foundation, right? Because that foundation is what's going to, these are the formative years, right? These first 5 years, I have around a bit less than 50% of these formative years left. Not that suddenly my skills are gonna just go to shit, but okay, see, now I was off there, so that's good. But yeah, these are the formative years of building strong spatial reasoning skills, so I should 100% work on them. No other fucking way to say that. Okay, I need to visualize the plane here. So visualize the plane going in there. It's extracted outward, right? So, and then nope, curved it wrong. Highly incorrect. Which is great, because, oh look, and I'm also angling it slightly off. Instead of off. Instead of being like this, you see it's like that. That little diversion is also causing problems. We're just gonna keep this straight. I still think that's actually a bit fucked too. But now I need to extract that plane outward. And this is actually very difficult, which is great, because my mind is working fucking overtime right now, trying to figure out the placement for these. Okay, no, see, that's wrong, so I need to, it's like right around there, right there, and then it's going down there. Okay, I think that's okay. This definitely could have been diverged a bit more, because if I follow this, yeah, see, look, if I follow this, it's like a good ½ an inch, versus if I follow this, wait, no, I don't want to cheat, obviously. It's decently closer. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. That was really good. That was great practice. This definitely could have been a wider degree too. You gotta keep that in mind as you draw. My parents saying, I don't know. My mom messaged me something, but I'm in the midst of drawing. I think she wants me to check if she parked the car okay. Where did she park the car? I don't know. But I can only check that in 20 minutes, so I apologize, mother. But yeah, I'm gonna rest my brain. Please do the same. I'm a rapping genius. How do I keep finding ways to rhyme this shit? Oh wait, no, I've been saying that. I just said it in a slightly different way. Fuck, I'm retarded. Never mind. All right, cool. Let's keep going. I think I should be able to finish this up in 20 minutes, hopefully. Well, I'm pretty sure you're all well aware that I love to make things crowded. Keep reinforcing that perspective to myself, right? So let's do something like. Okay, I want to make quote unquote interesting contours. So what can I do right now? I can make things diagonal. I can make partial ellipses. I can make subtractions, additions. I can do a decent amount of things. But within this perfect ellipse, what shall be done, right? Within this perfect ellipse, we could have diagonal subtraction, but I've already done that. So ixnay on the same shit, but I've done vertical subtractions, I've done diagonal subtractions, multiple here, and I've done an elliptical one. So what I need to do now is do vertical, diagonal, and elliptical subtractions in a relatively novel manner, right? Relatively novel manner. So we could first start out by establishing this perfect ellipse. I don't really draw ellipses this large, so let's start by visualizing the square plane that it's a part of. Right, this is already not a perfect ellipse. Of course, I've already made the mistake, but we still have to do our best to make it seem at least slightly legitimate. Fucked it up a bit, so this is definitely not a perfect ellipse, but it's okay. Now we just have to think, okay, what can we do to sort of keep up this little quote-unquote facade within the square plane. And I need to relax my hand as well because I'm still focusing on my penmanship. Right, that's a big part of my focus when it comes to my drawings is relaxed grip. We don't want to death grip it. I've done enough of that in my lifetime. So we just need to keep our hands stable, relaxed, good pen pressure, concentrated effort. Right, that's all that matters, is the effort we put into recognizing and rectifying. Okay, so we have our diagonal and we have our elliptical. Now let's do our vertical. This way I can practice my fine lines as well. Always trying to put a decent amount of intent into it. That was a poor line. The line itself ended up being fine. Why is all this shit rhyming? The line itself was fine, but see, like this, the application was subpar. Okay, cool. So we've got our shape. Looks pretty cool. And now we just need to project it outwards. That's already wrong. I should have done a bit more paying attention. But that's okay. It's not centered either, but that's also okay. this will also... There you go. See why I did this? Because there's a lot of opportunities to think about the convergence. And notice how I call them opportunities, because that's what they are. Opportunities which force you to think, right? We'll still keep it relatively simple because we don't want our brains to explode, right? We want it to be very difficult, but also at the same time manageable, right? So and again, always thinking about that perspective. See, turned out pretty cool. And now this should be right around there. See? And then just a slight line like that. Now that is off. Don't get me wrong. I actually fucked that up. Again, I wasn't paying attention. So that's on me. That's 100% on me. Right? Because you see where this is going. Lines right here. Clearly overshooting it by quite a bit. So now this is my chance, this one right here, to rectify that. Right? That's much better. And again, that line was a mistake. My hand kind of just spazzed out. Let's try going this way because this line is difficult for me. This orientation, this hand position is difficult. Okay. That also ended up being relatively alright. So we're fine. Okay. And then again, this one we can fix the mistake that we made. That's how it should have been, this one. Because now that's going much more accurately. Same here. Right? And same here. Right, this technically should also be going all the way down. But it's a bit difficult to convey that, obviously. But that was good. That was very good. Definitely fucking made me use my brain there. But this line is too flat. These back lines are way too flat. They should actually be a much wider degree. Jesus. Of swag. There you go. That's pretty decent. How much time do I have left? 12 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. And I think I should be able to fit 1, 2, 3 more. Right? 1, 2, 3 more. Because I have how many shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've technically completed the exercise. But obviously, I'm not just going to leave it here. A little bit too much space available. So 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe? And if I had it my way, I'd do it like this, right? But I do also want to continue onwards with the grind nodes. So yeah, let me rest my brain. All right, wonderful. Cool. Let us continue. Right. All right. I don't know why I'm doing this accent. Anyways, we have 1, 2 of these. 1, 2, 3 of these. So I need to obviously add one more. Okay, cool. So we'll do something like this. We'll make this one a bit bigger. This should also help with the perspective as well. Thinking about the line while I'm doing it. Again, I should have made it connect around here, but it's a work in progress. We can even do something like this. To cement it, right? I didn't even mean to make it like that, but that little gap provided a decent opportunity to reinforce the perspective. Now this doesn't look too bad. Cool. But we can still try to fix it as we go below. So project it downwards. We can make... That's a bit too much, actually. That's way too much. But we can still try our best to make it make sense. Jesus. Okay, so clearly I need to work on this for sure, which is good. That's a positive thing, because being able to work on it means there's lots of areas for improvement. Right, this one has a lot of issues, so it's good stuff. Cool. And now I also maybe should do something like this. There you go. Right. I don't know where this should be going again. I don't know how this part of the cutout should work. Oh, it should be like this, I guess. See, my lines are getting very wonky right now. So, but we'll leave that as it is, right? The lines are difficult. Yeah, that's a horrible line. That's good. Lots of room for improvement. Yeah, seeing it versus actually applying it, very difficult. Good stuff. So, okay. And I'm just trying to think while I try to get the last little drop to my coffee because I'm an addict. And of course, it's one of those things like, I'm an addict, so you continue to do it because you're holding yourself accountable. But no, seriously though, I need to stop. it's no way around it, man. How many of these do I have on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So we can draw a fourth one. Going, yeah, this over here, and that should be good. I think I've had filled up relatively the space involved, right? So let's see. I do want to try a different type of shape. Well, I guess it's supposed to, I'm gonna have to hold this up a little. I guess it's supposed to be a perfect circle of sorts. Let me just do this. And then maybe something like... Ta-da! Right, that's a bit better. Again, this is very difficult, actually seeing things while you put the line down. Right, not easy whatsoever. That's why it's a brain workout more than anything. See, and I struggle with these lines as well. See how fucking shaky that was, because this angle is very difficult for me. And we're gonna do it again, because if it's difficult, I have reason to practice it. You see? Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Which is great. There you go. Let's there you go. So I got the bottom part done now. So we can just focus on the top and the sides. So let's just put it right around there. Okay, right. Cool. Should be a bit of a wider degree. Oh, yeah, fuck that line up, but we can try to fix it right around here. Yeah, definitely fuck that line up here. We can even try to fix it right around here. Maybe if I just draw over it. Yeah, there you go, sure. And right. So let's see. This one's actually very difficult. Very difficult. Yeah, I fucked this entire one up completely, which is great because that means I have a lot to learn before I have a lot to learn before I can save anyone. Yeah, Avatar. That's right. That's right. There was nowhere else I was going with that apart from just doing that. Okay. And this one can be like so. There you go. Kind of works out there. Yeah, this one was very difficult. I definitely fucked it up everywhere, especially this right side. But it's okay. It looks good. I'm happy that I fucked it up because that means this is the tail end of my practice, so it makes sense. I was having a lot of difficulty focusing. This angle clearly I struggle with, so that's something to keep in mind, right? And it's been an hour, roughly. So perhaps I should call it here, or perhaps I should do one more. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I have 22, which is a nice little even number to end it off on. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I could do. Should I leave it here? Let's see, what's the next one? I think it's 2-point perspective, right? So, yeah, well, you know what? Let's do one more. Fuck it, why not? Just to get a small one to add a bit more perspective, right? We could literally do a tiny one like here. than this. That's a bit too much. That's way too much. Something like that. There you go. See, maybe that gives a better sense of scale. Now we can maybe do a tiny one right here, right? Yeah, something like that. This way we could also have it roughly the same size as well. There you go. Cool. That should be okay. Alright guys, and girls, of course. Sorry, no, alright guys, and girls! There you go, that's the bit I used to do. But anyways, I hope this was entertaining, whether visually, orally, or, what the fuck? How do you say, what's the word for auditorily? Sure. Orally, no, what the fuck am I saying? Visually, auditorily, or orally. That's what I wanted to say. I fucked it all up. But either way, ha ha ha. Joke, shit joke. Anyways, fuck, I'm tired. Mentally, that is. That was a good brain workout. But yeah, I hope this was fun. I hope you drew along, right? Kept me on the background, gave me retention and your attention. I'm getting tired of saying that. I don't know why that's my bit. I should really stop making that my bit. But anyways, holy shit. Yeah, as always, fuck you for Jesus. As always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing and please give me money. Thank you.